3 steps to your efficiency breakthrough. It is really important to be efficient when you're working on your business. And so I want to just spend a little bit of time. I won't be on long, and just letting you know what's what my steps, my favorite 3 steps of to be efficient are. And again, if you're here, just tell me what's up, say hello, and we will jump right in. So, first, I want to talk about not just the breakthrough, but why it's important to be efficient. Efficiency is really just about, setting goals and getting them done. So we just want to make sure that we are actually setting some goals and actually getting some things done. And so it's really, really important as business owners to, just be focused. And so I'm going to talk about my top 3, and then you guys can ask me questions if you want to. I see people popping in and saying, hey, Amaria, hey, Dina, anybody else on, make sure you say hello. If you're catching this on the replay, still say hello. And make sure throughout, if you have questions, you ask me questions, because this, you can ask me live and then I can answer right away. And so, my very first step for being efficient is making a plan. So, what does that look like? It depends on, who you are, but I'd say write it down. Make sure you have somewhere to keep it. You can do it electronic. You can do it in your planner. It really doesn't matter, but you have to have a plan. If you're going to be efficient at anything, then you have to plan to be efficient. It's not something that just happens. It's not really happenstance. Make sure that you write down the plan. So my process is to do a whole year's plan. I do a whole yearly plan for my business. But I also plan out things in my personal life. I know when I'm going to take vacation. And then I break it down from there. Don't feel overwhelmed like you have to get your whole year together. Broad strokes. So if you kind of have a vision of the year, of course it's going to change. Plans are living documents, so you can change them as much as you want. But if you start out with a goal and a plan, you're more likely to reach that goal or plan. So I would say start with the yearly, and then you're going to break it down to monthly. Then you're going to break it down to daily. And then you can even break it down to like what you're going to get done right now. So if you know you have an hour after work today, then you have to decide in that moment, like, what am I planning on doing? One of the things that is really, really important is to not over plan. A lot of people will have, a 20-minute window, and they're trying to go to the bank, go grocery shopping, and pick up the kids. You only have 20 minutes. And a lot of times if you don't reach your goal, you feel kind of down and out if it's not done, but it was unrealistic from the first place. So set a realistic goal. I'm really big on the one thing. There's a whole book talking about the one thing. And, not to play them on their sales, but it really is a whole book telling you to just pick one good thing and get it done. So whatever that one thing is, do that first. If you have if you have a yearly plan or a monthly plan, then you can do some more to-do items later. But for the most part, you just want to stick to what you have to do now. And how you get that done, you make sure you prioritize. My rule of thumb about prioritizing is money first. So things that are going to make me money come first. And I'm talking about business because actually my family comes first. But if I'm talking about business and I'm talking about prioritizing my things that I want to do with my work and my business, then money making items come first. And so you want to prioritize. You also have to prioritize by deadlines. So you have to know either when things are due, when you have to have them done, or the deadline that you set for yourself. If you say that you are going to make an album and you never know when it's going to come out, then that's not going to, it might not come to fruition because it's just too open. You have to set a deadline for these plans. So step one to being efficient is to have a plan in the first place. Make a plan. Step two is to set the stage to get things done. So what do I mean by that? I mean, that is about our focus. We are very, very accustomed to multitasking. I think that this is the worst plan of all. When you decide what you're going to get that thing done, finish that thing, and then move on to the next thing. When you hear people say jack of all trades, master of none, it's very true. You halfway do things and then you don't get them done to your full potential. You also aren't using your whole brain on an item when you have all of your notifications popping up on your computer, your phone is ringing, your coworkers or a family are interrupting you with questions. Be very focused. If you spend 45 minutes really focused getting something done, you'll get more done in 45 minutes of focus than you will in 4 hours of popping in and out of that task. So pay attention to getting tasks done and see if you focus on it, if you will get it done in a timely fashion. So limit your distractions, turn off your notifications. Don't let things pop up. Put your phone away. Don't answer text messages. Just do that one thing. Also, I am the queen of too many tabs open and going down some rabbit hole because I see something else I need to do. You have to shut that off. You have to make sure you're only doing that thing that you are planning on doing, and that keeps your focus. So step 2 is setting the stage to get things done and being very focused on getting those things done. And then the last step to be very efficient is to reward yourself. You have to take a minute and recharge and give yourself kudos for getting your stuff done, and look at your list and breathe and realize that you actually are moving towards your goals. The reason that this is on my list, even though it's not a thing to do, is because we forget about it all the time. Like, for real, like, we're really hard on ourselves as business owners. We feel like we have to grind. I hear people grind hard, 7 days a week. I don't believe in that. I don't work on Saturday and Sunday. If you catch me doing something on Saturday and Sunday, it's either light work or I'm doing something on Saturday because I took off a day during the week. I had to learn that. I am a recovering workaholic. I'm a recovering hustleaholic. I've been working my entire life, and I just learned not long ago that you have to recharge. You have to take a moment and breathe and turn off that thing and turn on some TV and, do things that you really, really enjoy doing, because then you will go back recharged and ready to really get those things done. So you have to be able to relax and turn it off. And I know that a lot of entrepreneurs will argue with me, but I will argue back with them because I've been doing this a long, long time. And until I learned how to take a vacation and to totally turn off work, I was not as efficient as I thought I was. You feel like if you have 7 days, then you can get more done. But 7 days of inefficient, just having it in the back of your mind, having it hanging over your head stuff is not as productive as even 1 day of focus. So the steps again are: make the plan, make sure you have a plan to get things done, whatever that plan is. A bad plan is better than no plan at all. So I don't even think there's a such thing as a bad plan. You just have to tweak your plan. Step 2 is setting the stage, making sure that you are focused, you're limiting your distractions. And step 3 is rewarding yourself and making sure you give yourself kudos for the things that you are doing and that you have done.